this what we thought it would be? Is this how we pictured the flowers? The day that we planted the seeds? Is this what we hope for our children?
Remember, I am here every Tuesday, 7 till 8 PM on Reprezent, and I'm joined by a special guest, which doesn't happen often. Hello, Cope, you're right.
Okay.
So we've been getting into your Be Like You, which is the Internet You remix. How does it feel when you hear your stuff on the radio, like?
It's weird, you know.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Sometimes I'll be sitting on a computer and I'll have like one extra or something on the TV, and then something will come on and I'll be like, wow, that's weird. You know, in fact, one time I was in a club in Liverpool, I was kind of drunk.
Yeah.
And a tune come on and I was looking to my cousin, I was like, I'm sure I know this tune, you know. It was my tune, and then we started going crazy, do you know what I mean?
That's like the moments when you see yourself in the mirror and it's like, who's that?
Yeah.
So, many of your fans on this side of the year will probably know you better as Cove. That sort of sings, has the sort of acoustic vibe going on, but before that it's all about young Cove, right? So, how did you start in the industry? Where did this all kick off?
Kicked off basically in my university dorm room. We was just copying up CDs, like hip hop CDs, and selling them and stuff like that. I got into it a little bit more, started writing, then started singing, recording my own stuff, and kind of just snowballed. I hooked up with Raz Kwame one time at like a CD listening thing.
Yeah.
He gave me some tips. He was like, yeah, check me next year and then we'll see what happens. I shouted him back like a year later with some new stuff.
Oh.
And he got us on my extra, and from there we just did as much stuff as possible.
I remember I saw you perform about a year and a half ago. Is it I Love Live?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. And so you spent like a lot of your life between Liverpool and London. Like, how does the music scene compare?
In Liverpool, there's not much going on in terms of venues where you can perform. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of artists. There's no shortage of like Liverpool talent and stuff like that, like big grime, hip hop, soul, whatever. But there's just not a lot of venues you support. And I think that's kind of this.
And obviously, bar Beatles, you're the next best thing from Liverpool.
Thank you.
And was it hard getting noticed?
I guess so, but I don't know in comparison to what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just kind of done the whole UK thing, so I went to Nottingham, hooked up with a lot of people there, Manchester, hooked up with a lot of people there, so I think the fact that I'm not from London kind of goes in my favour in terms of when I come to London doing shows, people are like, well, this guy's from Liverpool, isn't going to be anything, and I'll do my thing, and they kind of like it, and then they expect less, but they get more.
But they get more,
that makes
yeah.
sense, yeah. So it's been okay, I can't complain, it's the hustle, it's the grind, and it's harder, it's harder.
And you've collaborated with a lot of big names, like, to name a few, Wiley, Sway and Wetchfree too. What was it like working with Wiley in the studio? It's a bit controversial. Any controversial conversations?
There was no controversial conversation. I might have overheard a few different things, you know, but that's not my place to ever say.
Yeah. You can tell me off first, fine.
But Wiley is a cool dude. His work rate is crazy. Guy can write like 5-6 songs in a day, do you know what I mean? So I definitely learned from him in that capacity. It was great to work with him.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you really, really want to work with that you haven't had the chance to yet?
I want to work with Delilah, who just played it.
Yeah, Delilah's amazing.
Who else? I'll do something with Maverick Sabre, I want to do something with Kano, and Kanye West, I'd love to do something, but maybe that's a few years, I need to put a lot more work in.
You never know, I'll put in a call for you. And in the last year, so your music's taken like a different route, so we've seen Young Cove the rapper, and now we've seen him like a, I wouldn't say a self-less one.
Number one celeb, top of the A-list, 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 A-list. Number one celeb, top of the A-list. Number one celeb, top of the A-list. Number one celeb, top of the A-list.
Famous side to you, but we've seen you singing.
Well, I was always singing. Like the first song I ever wrote, the first track I ever did, I was singing.
Okay.
And I've always been singing my own hooks and stuff. But last year I was doing a lot of electro stuff, house stuff, and this year I've kind of I started making my own beats. So the process of the tracks I'm making now is a lot more natural. And yeah, I don't know, the music is real, it's honest, it's about loads of experiences that I've had, or just different things I see around me, and it just feels like what I want to talk about needs to be sang as opposed to rap, do you know what I mean? And maybe there's a few things I need to get off my chest that I may rap about, but that might be the album.
So you wouldn't put rapping out the window, you're still gonna rap?
Never, yeah.
Do you think you've had more success with going down the singing route more, or sort of singing more?
I don't know, I guess so, because the stuff I'm doing now, some people are saying to me, oh, this is the best music you've ever made, people who have listened to my old mixtapes and stuff. So, and the kind of not acclaim, but the notice that I'm getting at the moment for the singing tracks is much more than the other stuff, so I guess it is.
Yeah, we've absolutely been hammering looking at
Thank you very much, man.
We're moving swiftly on to Be Like You, which is your new single, which is out. Is it out now?
Yeah, it come out last Sunday on iTunes.
On iTunes, so it's a digital download, yeah? And tell me a bit about the track, because you directed the video, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Basically, it's just about being you, do you know what I mean? Not feeling that you have to conform to the different things that we see in many a music video or many a website or just different things in society, do you know what I mean? It's more to the youth, do you know what I mean, who are looking for a role model or on that, you know, that middle ground where they could go this way or they could go that way.
Do you think of yourself as a role model?
Not particularly, I would never say I am a role model, but I understand that making music, you do have an ear that will definitely be moulded, I guess, by what, or affected by what you say. So I think I have to keep a lot of positivity within my music. I'll never make music that's negative or that will have a kind of bad effect on anyone listening to it.
And it's got that slight D&B undertones, bit of drum and bass in there. Did you make the beat for it?
Yeah. So we've got the drum and bass drums, we've got some dubstep bass line in there, some acoustics, some guitars, and I always kind of laid back some violins in that. So I tried to blend all the different kinds of genres. That's how I tried to make music.
Yeah. And is that something you want to explore more, like go down the drum and bass route?
Not too tough. I'll leave that for the remixer.
Okay.
The remixer, you know what I mean? But I just want to incorporate as many different styles of music into my music as possible. Like house, drum and bass, dubstep, whatever, you know what I mean?
And there's been some incredible remixes, right? You've got Internati remix, you've got the Mark 1 remix, you've got the house remix as well. Yeah. Which is your favourite?
Ooh, I don't know. The Internati one is massive, but the house one's been growing on me a little bit. But I think the Internati one is the best. It's a killer of it.
I think we're going to have to get into it. So it's out now, it's Cove, Be Like You, the Internati remix. Well, like we're a couple of weeks away, like it's slowly creeping up. And you're on a lot of people's tip for big things for 2012. But you've been doing this for a long time, and you've been in the industry for a while. Do you think, is it something that you feel proud of to be like, yeah, I'm tip for 2012? Or is it something like you're like, about time, hello?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people say to me, oh, you know, it's about time. But me, I don't know, because I just, them kind of things, they're good, obviously, for someone to co-sign and say, oh, you're going to be big in 2012, that's good. But I think how many people have been co-signed for such and such years and haven't made it.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I don't like to base everything too much on that. I just like to make music and just go like that. And if people like it, they like it. And regardless of whether they say, oh, I'm going to be big in 2012, people just not make music and then I'm not going to be big in 2012.
Well, if you decide not to be big.
Yeah, so I just make music and if they like it, they like it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So moving forward, what can we expect? Like, what's the debut album? Like, is it going to be Looking At Me sounds, Be Like You sounds? We're going to go, I don't know, hardcore.
It's going to touch on stuff like that, definitely. But I'm going to drop an EP end of March called An Alternative Soul.
An Alternative Soul.
Yeah, and then the album will be out sometime middle of next year, so second half of next year. We just signed a deal over in Europe to get distributed over 9 different territories for a separate album.
Okay.
So I'll be in the studio working on that as well.
It's going to be a busy year.
Yeah, it's not busy, but it's cool.
Talk me through Alternative Soul. Who's collaborating with you on there? Anyone interesting?
I'm not sure the exact, like, what tunes I'm going to go with, but I've got... I've got Terry Walker.
Yeah.
She might go on there. Well, I might put that track on there. And I've got this other track called Child of the Ghetto, which I plan to do like a UK remix and then like an international, like worldwide remix with a lot of different artists on here. And there's like, I don't want to say it, but
go on, just say it, go on.
Nah, I can't.
Go on, you can.
Because if I say it and it doesn't happen, I'm just going to be gutted.
Alright, I'll allow you. Oh gosh, let me get the exclusive.
One of the Marleys anyway.
One of the Marleys, okay, cool. That's
Fingers crossed,
That's a nice exclusive, wicked. And between now and the release of your album and your EP, how would you think you're going to develop your sound like?
I don't know, you know. I couldn't even answer that because I just go with the flow, I just go with the vibe. And I'm influenced when I go into a studio with one producer, even if I'm just watching what he's doing, I'll be influenced by that in some way. So I don't know what, I couldn't say this one, I'm going to be doing this type of sound I'm going to do in a year's time. It's just going to be a gradual progression. Hopefully it's still good music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Can we expect any tours?
I don't know, it depends how good these next singles go in the EP, but I'm trying to jump on a few different tours, but everybody wants to buy one and I can't afford to pay like 15-20 grand to jump on someone's
You have to pay?
Tour, you know what I mean?
Do you pay to get on someone's tour?
Did you not know that?
No, I thought...
Big guys like Tiny Tempin or Tinchin, if you want to get on their tour, you have to pay gold, you know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Did you not know that,
no? I didn't know that, wow. I'm going to know what's tour again. That's joking.
But hopefully I'll set up my own thing.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of stuff over in Europe, obviously with the album coming out over there. But UK, we'll see what happens. I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff going on.
Wicked. And in 10 years to come, say if you had like, not obituary because we hope we'll still be live, but say if you're like biography on Wikipedia, what do you want to like particularly say about you in 10 years to come?
Wow. I I don't know, you know, the guy put Liverpool on the map. He brought a bunch of artists from the Northwest through, and he made classic music that will be timeless forever. And he's worked with the greats, and that's all. That's what we're doing.
Wicked. But we're going to get into Looking At Me. Thank you so much for coming down, Cove.
Having me always, and thank you for supporting the record.
Of course, we'll carry on supporting.
Thank you.
This is what we hope for our children. This is what we hope they would see. I'm telling them don't be like them, no, no. But baby, please don't be like me. Be like you.